guys, so this is my first tutorial ever. This is just a makeup look that has a lot to do with contouring and stuff, as well as a really cool eye look. I use like lots of plummy colours. I threw in a bit of warmth in there as well. Let's get started! So I've already prepped and primed my skin. I use MAC Strobe Cream to hydrate my skin and add a nice dewy kind of glow. And then I've also used the Napoleon primer to prime my foundation and stuff like that, just so that it holds for a lot longer. For my foundation, I'm using the MAC Mineralize. So we're just gonna start off by using a nice, I use a little stippling brush, but you can use any kind of brush that you feel comfortable with. And you're just gonna start off from the center of the face and work your way outwards. That's all my foundation all done. I've completely avoided my eye area, purely because of the fact that foundation actually isn't really good for your eye area. So just stick to your concealers and stuff like that. As you can see, this leaves like a really nice glowy kind of dewy finish. Obviously it's going to get matted out as well with the powder because it looks a little bit too shiny. You're just going to go in with your concealer. I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear. Before I've done that, I've actually used the Napoleon concealer primer just around my eye area. It has a bit of a glow to it, so it's going to kind of reflect the light and stop the look of bags and stuff under your eyes. So you're working from where the most darkness under your eyes can get, so that's usually right directly under the inner corner of your eye. You're working in a bit of a V shape throughout the eye area, just underneath, and then use your ring finger to blend it out. The reason why you're going to use your ring finger rather than any other finger is purely because of the fact that this finger has the least pressure, so you're not going to be pulling and tugging around your eye area. So you're just using your ring finger and tapping it to blend out any edges. The warmth of your fingers is also going to blend the concealer into your skin, so it looks a lot more natural as well. Then you can go ahead and cover up any blemishes that you see on your skin. You do your concealer afterwards just because your foundation is going to take off the concealer you put on first. If your foundation gives you enough coverage, you don't need to put concealer over certain blemishes. So that's your foundation and concealer and stuff done. Usually I would go ahead and prime the eyes with the concealer, but I'm actually going to be using a MAC paint pot today. This is in Painterly. It's just like a really nice beige skin colour. It's going to act as a really good eyeshadow base. So you're just going to pop that all over your eyelid, and again use your ring finger to blend it all out. I'm going to do my eyebrows before I start powdering my skin and stuff like that. That's just because that I use concealer to outline my brows to get a more defined look. And then using a liquid over a powdered finish or having to repowder over that, it's just going to go clumpy and really cakey. So I'm just going to start with my eyebrows first. So that's the first part of my eyebrow done, and a lot of people ask me how I do my eyebrows. I use a gel liner just because you can really feather it through and blend the product where you want it and build it up as well. For the front of my eyebrows, to make them look a lot more natural because they are so strong and blocky, I usually feather it out through the front. To brush your eyebrows through with a spoolie or a brown mascara one like this one. I prefer to use spoolies just because they're a little bit smaller and I feel the bristles stay together a bit better. This is just going to spread the product through and blend everything together. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my next brow. Alright, so when I was talking about outlining your eyes with concealer, and this is what I was talking about. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under your brow and then over the brow. So you're going to perfect the shape of them as well as giving them a really, really defined look. And then use your ring finger to blend it out just like you did around your eye area. So if you guys want more eyebrow tutorials or anything like that, I'm more than happy to do them, but I would do that on a separate occasion, just where I can really go in like more in depth about how to do them rather than just kind of rushing them through. That's eyebrows done, and then you're going to go ahead and powder your face. So because I like a dewy finish, I'm pressing my powder just through the areas where you get a little bit more shine. And then buffing it through in the other areas. That's diffusing the powder a little bit more. So now onto contouring. I like to use a darker face powder rather than a bronzer, because what you're doing is you're trying to create a shadow rather than adding a sun-kissed look. So that's a common misconception when people use bronzers to contour. So I'm using N4 by Napoleon. This is a really, really, really good contour color. It's just a darker face powder. This is my favorite contouring product. If you don't know how to find where your cheekbones are to get the correct placement of the contouring, what I usually tell people is that to put your index finger on your tragus and then your thumb on your nose, and you'll feel that your finger is right underneath your cheekbone. I was gonna say collarbone. So So you're just going to work your way through, going back and forth. And so when you get to about this point, what you're going to want to do is to start kicking up your contour. Just going to keep on going, work your way forward, and then start to kick it up. And you can go as heavy or as light as you like. And these little circular motions just to soften out any harsh edges. A lot of people I know just kind of do the cheeks and leave it at that. What you can do is you can use the same contour colour, use it on the eyes and bring it back into the temples. So what you do is just through where your eye creases or the socket of your eye. I'm using a MAC 217 brush. Using a bit of a windshield wiper kind of motion. Get it through your eye socket, and as you can see, it already adds a bit more shadow. It just gives your face a little bit more of a sculpted effect. And then from the outer edge of your eye, on the same angle that your lower lash line follows and on the same angle that your contouring is on, bring it back and up into the temple. To kind of work together with the contouring and stuff, you're going to highlight your skin. I'm using the Chanel, it's like a limited edition one, but it's just Chanel's Signature Illuminating Powder. It did used to have this really cool Chanel kind of insignia on it, but I ended up using it because it was too irresistible. And then so with the highlighting and stuff, this is a really nice warm highlighter, so it's like a nice pink kind of, no, not really pink, it's like a really warm, it's got a nice gold tone to it. Because I like that dewy finish, I like adding a bit of shimmer and shine to my face so I don't look completely matte and flat. I'm just going to go on the top of my cheekbones, in between your contour and your temples. And that's just going to add a bit of shimmer and bring forward. So what it's going to do, it's going to create a 3D effect. So you're going to have the highlight bringing out and the shadow bringing in. So you're going to have really nice defined cheekbones. Now go ahead and pop that over the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow, which is just that little weird bit on the top of your lip. That's going to make your lips look fuller. So what you want to do if you want to look extra pouty and hot, fucking do that. And then on your chin as well. So it's on all the areas that kind of come forward on the face. You can also go ahead and contour the sides of your nose. This is using your 217 with whatever's left on your brush, and you're just going to add a bit of shadow back to the sides of your nose. This is a good trick to slim down your nose if you think, but please be sure to keep it straight. Otherwise, you're going to look like someone punched you in the face and you have a broken nose, and that is not what you want. That is the furthest thing from what you want. Alright, so that's your highlighting and contouring done. Then you're going to go ahead and add a blush. This is Sunbasque by MAC. Alright, so for the eyes, I'm just going to add to whatever my eye contouring is already done. If you weren't going to be wearing a lot of makeup or you don't really want to wear a lot of eyeshadow, leave the contouring. I think it looks fine. So I'm going to go ahead and use Plum Dressing by MAC. Get a normal eyeshadow brush. Tap off your excess, otherwise you're going to get lots of fallout, especially if you've done your foundation first. You don't want to have all that fallout down here and to go grey. So I've already gone and put Plum Dressing on my outer V of my eye, and then I'm going to go ahead with Tawny Temptress from Napoleon, which is this colour here. Just like that. So I'm just going to add a bit of warmth back into the look, just because the purples and stuff are quite cool colours. I'm just going to go ahead with Sketch by MAC, which is a deeper colour like this. It's still got that plummy kind of colour to it. It also has a bit of a sparkle. And I'm just going to define my creases a little bit more. So you're focusing that on a smaller area than the Plum Dressing. I'm just going to do my whole right eye first and then just do my left eye on my own, just so it's easier for you guys to just get a grasp on the one eye rather than me going back and forth between. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight my eye with my brow bone with Vanilla by MAC. This is just a shadow. I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And when you're highlighting your brow bone, please be sure to go all the way through. Get Plum dressing on another eyeshadow brush. And just pop that on your lower lash line. Bring it about 3/4 of the way in. And really diffuse that colour as well. You don't really want a harsh line underneath. And that's going to give you a nice smoky look. Then get a bit of sketch. Pop that on your outer corner as well. And take that about 1/3 of the way in. I'm just going to add a loose dust. This is Copper Element by Napoleon. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a really nice loose dust. Adds that little bit of like a metal sparkle. I'm just going to pop that over my lid and then just go back in where that's covered up any of the colours like the plum dressing, just go back in. That's just going to soften and diffuse any edges. Alright, so that's the eyes done. All I need to do is add a bit of eyeliner now. I'm just using a normal liquid liner. You can use a gel liner, anything of the sort. So as you can see, I'm all done. I just popped on some eyelashes and stuff, a bit of mascara, just finished off the look a little bit and also popped on lip colour. The products that I used for my lips were Nude Awakening by Napoleon, that's just a lip liner, and this was a Sheen Supreme. I don't know if it's Supreme Style or Sheen Supreme, but it's this one. It's like a lip gloss and a lipstick had a baby and created a really nice lipstick. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my first video ever. So if you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see or what you'd like to see me doing differently, anything like that, let me know. I'd really appreciate some feedback. Enjoy, guys. See ya. But yeah. Cunt, motherfucker.